Okay, bet. Okay, bet. Okay, bet. So we're recording. So this is all just, preference, right? So, my marker here or my, mouse is a cross. Okay. You can obviously change that to a dot if you want to. That's what it's going to look like. You can change this to an arrow and it's going to look like this. And, you can move around your chart like that. That's going to happen. You can use that. It's all personal preference. Personally, I like the cross more. Okay. Here is where you're going to have access to all of the lines that you can make within the market. Okay. So it's as simple as just clicking on it and drawing it. So how I did that, okay, was I would right click on my computer to draw it and then left click to, grow it out or minimize it. When that happened, you're going to have a bunch of options that you can, change, right? You can change the color. As you can tell, I have my stuff color combination. It's just easier for me to, read the chart. You can have it skinny. You can have it, very fat and defined. You can even change the coordinates on it, the visibility. Like, let's say you don't want, this yellow line to be a line, you can change that and it'll be green. If you think that's too much green, you can dim it by this button right here. So there's a lot of, it's all personal preference on what you really want to do. And it just comes down to playing with it, right? Just getting to use it. You guys aren't really going to learn a lot of things if you aren't actually doing it and using it, right? I could sit here and tell you everything I know about TradingView, but it's not going to help you guys until you use it, right? So that's what this is where you're going to find all of your different types of lines. I use the horizontal line for take profits and stop losses. So the last time I used this line was for a stop loss because it's red. And, you can change the color again by clicking the line tool color tab and clicking a color, whatever you want. So, it's very self-explanatory. It's very straightforward. And this is how it is for everything, right? It's just a couple clicks and it's there. So let's go a vertical line and let's make a vertical line right here. Right click and you have a vertical line. Again, you can change the color to red. You can make it skinny if you want. You can make it, if that's too dim of a red, you can make it more defined. There's just a bunch of options that you can use within TradingView just to make it, catch your eye and to make it easier for you. Okay, so now this is where we're going to have a bunch of tools. Okay, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Fibonacci tool. Okay, Fibonacci tool is used. It's another trading style. It's another tool that we can utilize, us traders, to basically, look at the market and, make our trades off the market. Okay. Same thing, guys. You can change the color of it if you just so desire. You can, simply change how fat your lines are and how skinny they are. And you're also going to be able to change your settings on where these lines are. Now, these are my fib settings. Okay. These were I haven't used fib in quite a bit. This is from my previous company and I just haven't changed them. But that's Fibonacci. I'm sure there's education within Driven that, we go over Fibonacci and how to really utilize Fibonacci. So now when you guys see that, you guys are going to understand, oh, okay, I know how to use this. I know how to edit this and make it to where I want. Okay. Same thing with this. You just click and you drag. And I know these tools look scary, guys. I know these tools look scary. I don't use all of them, but I want you guys to understand how to use everything. Okay. It's just amazing to know how to use things to your power. It's just knowledge is power at the end of the day. Okay. Again, you can make stuff, more defined if you don't like it, that minimal. You can change the color if you want. It's all appealing to your eye, guys. That's what, we want trading to be a comfortable experience. We want trading to be a experience that does not feel like a job, because as soon as that happens, that's when the fun stops. But, I just want to demonstrate some of these tools that I have been using within the live markets here. And, this particular subject is where I use a lot of my tools. Okay. So I use a brush, you can use a brush, you just click and hold and you can color, you can circle things like if there was, resistance zone that was hit, boom, right there, it was hit, bang. Or if, you're looking at support and you want to mark up your support, you can draw it out. Obviously, you can change the color and change it to whatever color that you want. You can change how, defined and fat it is so you can see it better. That's just one of the many tools that you're going to be able to access. Okay. Another tool is a rectangle. I use rectangles a lot simply because they help me mark up zones and they help me identify certain candlesticks within the market. Okay. So again, it's just one click, one right click, and you drag it out. You can put it wherever you want, however far you want, how skinny you want, whatever you want. And then when you think, oh, okay, I want it here, you're just going to right click again. And again, you can edit, you can change how you want it to look. I'm not going to change it because I use this all the time. But you get the point. You can edit it, you can make it skinnier, you can make it fatter, whatever you want. Okay. Again, this is just something to help you utilize the visual aspect of trading and just to make it easier on your eyes. To me, this is very simple. This is very simple and very easy for me to read. It's not confusing. Things aren't too dark. Things aren't too bright. It's just perfect. Okay. So that's that. That's the square that we can use. Same thing with the highlighter. You can use a bunch of different tools, to put entry zones. Like if this was your entry zone over here, okay, it's one click, drag, one click, and then now you can open this as much as you want. So like, let's say our entry point's right here. I can now use this tool and say, this is how I know this is where my entry point is, specifically because of this tool right here. So anytime I see this, it means this is where my entry point is. You can use certain tools to indicate certain things that you use trading, right? I do that sometimes. I will literally circle my entry point. It's just how I trade, right? Text boxes. I use text boxes a lot, okay? I use them all the time. Every single time I trade, I keep marks of how many pips I had or gained and how many pips I've lost, break of structures, what certain things mean. I use text boxes pretty often, right? Pretty often. You guys can see it. There's letters everywhere. So how to use this, okay? You simply just click on the T and you click on your screen and you can put whatever you want. And as you can see, it's typing on your chart, okay? It's typing on your chart. So say you typed what you want to type, okay? And it's a little too big or a little too small. Again, you can edit that. You can make it bigger. You can change the colors if you want. Anything that's going to appeal your eye and make it easier for you to trade within the Forex market or the crypto market or the stock market or whatever market you choose to trade in, okay? We keep going. There's multiple tools. There's multiple things that we can use. So let's say, right here, right, I can put break of structure, BOS, and that's how it will look. Instead of using just a normal text box, I could just use that. It's all about what you guys want to use, okay? It's all about what's appealing to you and what is going to help you and benefit you in the best way possible. Again, you can edit and change the colors, change the font, change the text letters if you want, anything you want. It's all based on you, okay? Now this particular section is my favorite. Let's just go to a fresh chart. So we're going to click on the watch and details tab, and we're going to click on a random trade. or a random currency pair, okay? Now let's say, damn, I want to take this trade. This trade is doing absolutely amazing. All my indicators are the way I want it to be. I really want to take this trade, but I don't know how to mark up, my take profit in my entry zones. So this beautiful tool called the long and short position is going to help you do that, okay? So how it works is this. Let's say you want to take a sell, okay? You're going to click where your entry point would be. So let's say if I want my entry point to be right here, right where this B is, let's see what happens. I click, you're going to see a gray line that happens, okay? Now, when this gray line happens, you're going to have a red box and you have a green box. What this red box indicates is your stop loss. It's your amount of risk that you're taking on this trade, okay? So let's say, you don't want to risk a lot, okay? Then you move your risk by just, this box right here. You move your risk up and down according to what your trading account is, okay? We want to use proper risk to reward management. We always want to use proper risk to reward management, okay? So this is our entry point, this gray line. You can stretch it. You can, do whatever you feel like, okay? You can stretch it as long as you want, as skinny as you want. This is our reward, how much we're going to gain within this particular trade that we are taking, okay? So your risk and your reward are very important, okay? That's what this is. The red is risk. The green is, think of the green as money and the red as bad. You don't want red. You don't want red. You want green, okay? You want green. But in case things do go wrong, what would it look like on a chart? Okay, let's mark it up. Let's say I'm okay with losing this much. Okay, perfect. There we go. As you can see, market didn't even hit that point yet. So that's okay. Same thing with a buy. Let's say I want to go for a buy. And I want my entry point right here. Okay. And let's say I put my stop loss right here. Okay. Let's just hypothetically say that I did that. Okay. So this tells me that I took out this trade because it hit my stop loss. That's what this means. That's what this red box means, okay? I'm going to make this red just again so you guys can see that. So it hit my stop loss before I could make money off of it. So this just shows you visually on what your trade did, okay? If I'm going to go over to what I usually trade, which is NAS, I'm going to see, okay, here's my stop loss, here's my reward, or here's my risk, here's my reward. I have pretty minimal risk and I have a substantial amount of reward, okay? As you can see here, market did not hit my stop loss, therefore I was still in the trade. So this is telling me that I have won this trade, okay? That's why we use long and short positions, okay? That's why we do that. Now this tool right here, this measuring tool, is like, it measures your pips, okay? So when you measure your pips, you always want to start at your entry point, all right? That's where you always want to start. And let's say, this is how we figure out our take profit and our stop losses as well. So we just go up and you see where it says 106.75. That's how many pips that this trade or my reward would be. Now let's go down. Oh, now I'm risking 20 pips. So I'm risking 20 pips for 110 pips. That's pretty good. That's really good, right? That's a really good risk to reward. Something I've done recently that has helped with the skylight is the colors of my candles. Yes, so I will show you how to, change the color of your candles for sure. So does anyone have any questions on why we use short and long positions? and what they mean, and if you're doing it right. And if you do, just throw them in the chat or unmute yourself and interrupt me. Okay. But yes, so how do we change our candles? Great question. Okay, great question. So what we do is we go to this little gear. Okay, it's almost like an iPhone. It's literally almost like an iPhone. Okay, and with this gear, you can do a lot of things. You can change this time zone. So this time zone down here. Okay, you can create lines for previous days and post and pre-market price lines, which is indicating to you what market is doing at certain times. You can move your scale. So it can be like this instead of on the right. You know, again, it's all just personal preference, guys. It's all personal preference, okay? But to change our candlesticks, okay? You're gonna find this in the gear in the top right. It says chart settings, okay? If you just rest on it, it'll say chart settings. So when you click on chart settings, you're gonna get this pop up and it's gonna say appearance. It's gonna say all this thing, all these things, okay? So let's say I want to change my candlesticks because I don't like the color of my candlesticks and I want it to be appealing to my eye. Well, I like blue and red because it goes nice with gray. Okay, so well, how do you get to gray? Your background, you go here, and then you can just click a bunch of different colors, whatever color you want, red, black, pink. It can be solid, so it's not gradient, you know, so it could be solid colors, whatever you want. Again, it's all personal preference. For me, I like gray because it looks nice on my eyes, you know, doesn't hurt my eyes too much. It's perfect for me. So I like gray. But to change our candlesticks, you're going to go over to symbols. And then from symbols, you're going to go to body. Now, as I'm clicking through this, you're going to see my candlesticks change colors. Okay. So this is how you change your candlesticks. You go to symbols, and then you click on body. And let's say you want your bearish candles, or sorry, your bull candles to be red or purple. They're purple. They can be whatever color you want. Okay. Now, the second color is the candles that are going down. Okay. So again, you can click whatever color you want. You can change the opacity. So, you know, it can be defined or not. Again, it's whatever that is appealing to your eye, whatever you think is great. So like, let's say I want red. Okay. I'm going to click body to red and borders to red. Okay. I'm going to have this black because I think it looks nice. Again, you could have this to, let's say, white. Okay. And that's how your chart could look if you want it to be. Your chart can be any way you literally want it to be. Like, you can get so creative with what you're doing. It's absolutely insane. And then the wicks here that are blue, you can change those too. So like, let's say we want to keep this white theme or keep the red theme. We definitely could. And let's do this here and boom. So that is how, or sorry, it would be this way. It'd be this way, so they would match with the candles. Okay, perfect. So as you see, when I did that, you know, now my candlesticks match, right? You know, we can really go in depth here. Let's go in depth here. This is a zoom in tool that we can use. And let's go in depth. And now we have successfully changed our colors. That's amazing, right? That's amazing. So that's how you change your colors. Okay, does anyone have, yes, candy canes. Perfect time for Christmas. Get in the Christmas spirit. Perfect. You know, who knows? Maybe I could even change this to be green and let's see how that would look. You know, I'm actually kind of curious. So let's see how it would look. There you go. Now we got Christmas themed. Christmas themed We got a Christmas themed chart here. Look at that. That's amazing. So, you guys can get really, really beyond creative with, how your charts are and how the layout is. Okay. Now, something that I want to show you guys is, let's say your currency pair that you love trading isn't on this watch list. Okay. How you can change that is you click this plus, and let's say USD JPY. Okay. Let's not add that. Let's say USD JPY is your currency pair. You want it on there. All you have to do is type in USD JPY, or if it's already showing there, and all you have to do is click plus. Okay. And as you can see, it just got added to my watch list. So now I can go to USD JPY, and it's right there for me. Okay. It's right there for me. That is how you add your currency pairs. Again, it can be stocks, futures, Forex, crypto, indices, literally anything. But this is how you're going to add your currency pairs, your Forex pairs, crypto pairs, whatever the case may be. Now, let's say you want to remove this, right? Let's say, my watch list is too full. I want to remove some of these. So instead of a plus, it's just an X. And now you see that it's gone. See how it's not there anymore? So that's how you remove and add currency pairs to your watch list. Does anyone have any questions on that? Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. I haven't seen any in the chat. Perfect. Next thing we're going to talk about. I just want to go over this real quick. We got 7 minutes left here on this call, and then we'll be wrapped up. So alerts. Okay. I trade with alerts. Now, what this means is every time, instead of watching a chart all the time, I can't stand it. I hate watching charts all the time, being on charts all day. It's just not my thing. So what I'll do is I'll set alerts. And what happens when these alerts come and how to do them is this. So let's say I want to take a trade. Hang on, I'm going to change this background because this green background is really messing me up right now. Okay, this is way better. Way better. So let's say I want to add an alert. Okay. And let's say that I want to take a trade and I predict that it's going to go down. Okay. So, we use proper risk to reward management. And let's say, I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait and watch it and then take the trade. Well, what you can do is you can just set an alert. So how you do that, okay, is either on the left side or the right side. Again, it depends on what you guys have and how you preference it, okay? But what you're going to do is when you move your mouse, you see that plus that follows you? You're going to click on that, okay? And this is going to come up. Now, when this comes up, I click add alert for NAS or whatever currency pair, Forex pair you're going to trade with, okay? When that comes up, this orange line is going to shoot across, and you're going to see that when you rest on it, that this alert has came on. Now, to edit this alert, you're going to left click on your keyboard, not on your keyboard, your mouse or your trackpad or whatever the case may be. And you're going to click edit if you want to edit it. So I always like mine crossing up because I know that when I get this message, I can put my trade in right away. I'm going to get a notification saying NAS 100 is crossing up in my zone. And I'm going to click save. So if this line, right, if market hits this price, I'm going to get a text message on my phone. I'm going to get an email on my phone, and Cash App itself is going to send me a notification, or not Cash App, TradingView is going to send me a notification saying, hey, your trade has hit your indicator. You can put in your trade, or sorry, your alert. So that's telling me I'm going to put in my trade. That means it's time to get paid for me. That's what that means. Okay. So that's how you do it. And if you want to delete them, again, hover over it, right click, click remove, stop. I just do remove just to, really get rid of it. But that's how you do alerts. This is news. Sorry, this is not news. Somewhere down here is news. This basically tells you when support and resistance levels are, hit. I use support and resistance all the time. It's my trading strategy. Okay. So that's, important to me. This, oops, sorry, I just have to admin someone in there. This is just a bunch of US exchanges. And this gives a bunch of percentages. If you're more of a percent person and want to look at it like that. This is a calendar, an economic calendar that I personally don't use, but you can utilize that if you want. Private chats, if you want to have a private chat with someone, or if someone has that, you can. This is a public chat, okay? So people are just going to be sending out stuff on what they're looking at throughout the market, whether it be stocks, Forex, cryptos, gold, whatever the case may be. So one just got sent out now. Yeah, so they're just talking about crypto. So that's pretty dope. That's pretty cool. You can utilize that and get into that. Again, you can have private ones. I really don't utilize those. Notifications. So when you get alerts, this is going to, it'll have a number one. So like, see how this has a number one? This will have a number one saying, your alert has been hit. And then that'll clear, because I hate having a bunch of notifications on my phone personally. So I'll just click on it and I'll click clear notification. That'll pop up once you get one. But that's Tradingview, guys. It's again something that's very, very simple. Up here we have our time frames. So if you're a swing trader, you're going to be trading more on the 4 hour and those higher time frames. Okay, if you're more of a scalper and you like the lower time frames, you're going to be in the lower time frames. Okay, it's all about what type of trader you are, and this is how you can access the different time frames that you want to trade in. So I know, like some swing traders won't even go in the minutes because they're swing traders, so they like the hours. Some scalpers don't like going on the hour charts. Why? Because they scalp, so they rather stay in the minutes. So it's all about personal preference and what you want. How to add indicators. Basically, you just click on this. So for me to get support and resistance, all I had to click is support and resistance levels. It's this one right here. And then you would just click on it. So like, let's just click on a random one and it will show. Okay, it'll show right here. If you want to get rid of it, you just press the X and remove it. It's that simple. Okay. So guys, we have a minute left. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. We have a minute left, guys. So if there's any questions that anyone has, feel free to just ask, unmute yourself, drop them in the chat, and then I'll get back to you when I can after this call is over. But, family, I really, really appreciate, you guys coming out and you guys taking the time out of your day, right? I know it's Wednesday at 5 o'clock, you guys could probably be doing stuff way more important, right? Way more important. But I really appreciate you guys coming out, showing support, and just learning. That takes character, and that shows a lot about you guys. So I'm grateful, family. I'll see you next Wednesday. Stay safe, guys. Much love.